Hello and welcome to Millie White Cooks. Today's recipe is for my gluten-free and dairy-free strawberry and almond tart. It's a real summer showstopper filled with a delicious dairy-free sweet vanilla pastry cream and topped with sun-ripened strawberries. This recipe uses a crisp and golden tart shell made from my easy gluten-free and dairy-free sweet short crust pastry recipe, so make sure you also watch my video on how to make it. We'll start by taking a quick look at the ingredients list. You'll need 420 ml or 1 3/4 cups of almond milk, 2 lovely free-range whole eggs plus 2 egg yolks, size medium in the UK or large in the US. I've got 45 grams or 3½ tablespoons of my own homemade vanilla sugar, but you can use natural caster or superfine sugar instead, and a whole plump Madagascan vanilla pod. I'm also going to add 28 grams or 3½ tablespoons of corn flour, called cornstarch in America. Now here's the tart case that I made using my gluten-free and dairy-free sweet short crust pastry recipe. It's flavoured with ground almonds and orange, and I've baked it for 30 minutes in a 21½ centimetre or 8½ inch tart tin, so it's fully cooked. Don't forget to watch my recipe on how to make this gorgeous gluten-free and dairy-free pastry shell. To decorate the tart, I'm using these lovely English strawberries, and I've got 325 grams or 2 1/4 cups of fresh strawberries, but you can use any berries that are in season and delicious, plus 1 tablespoon of strawberry jam or preserve, along with 2 teaspoons of maple syrup, and 10 grams or 2 tablespoons of flaked almonds, which I will be toasting until lightly golden brown. Now let's get cooking. We're going to start by making the pastry cream to fill the tart. This is a dairy-free version of crème pâtisserie, and it tastes so scrumptious and rich that you'd never know that it was dairy-free. Start by splitting the vanilla pod lengthwise and scraping out all those flavourful seeds, and add them to a saucepan along with the almond milk. When you finish scraping the seeds out of the vanilla pod, add this to the almond milk too for maximum vanilla taste. Pop the milk and seeds onto the stove on a medium heat and warm the milk until it reaches scalding point, which is when the bubbles start to form at the edge of the pan, but it's not quite boiling. When it's got to that stage, turn off the heat and let the vanilla infuse into the warm milk. Then, in a large heat-proof jug or bowl, add the 2 whole eggs and the 2 egg yolks plus the sugar. Whisk together for a couple of minutes until thick and pale yellow in colour. I'm using an electric whisk, but you can absolutely do this with a hand whisk and a little effort. Just make sure that you keep whisking until the eggs and sugar are thick, frothy and lighter in colour, just like this. Now add the corn flour and whisk again until thoroughly combined and with no lumps. Perfect. Now I've removed the vanilla pods from my warmed almond milk, and I'm going to start whisking this into my egg mixture. Start very slowly, adding just a little milk at a time, and then whisking, as this will ensure that you don't end up with scrambled eggs. You can see all the gorgeous vanilla seeds in the milk, and these and the eggs are what help give this dairy-free crème pâtisserie its authentic taste. Now I can add the rest of the milk, and I'm giving it a thorough whisk to ensure that everything is really well combined. Pour this mixture back into the saucepan and return it to the stove over a medium heat. This bit isn't difficult, but it is really important. You must keep stirring the vanilla custard constantly in the pan until the sauce thickens and comes to a low simmer, otherwise the mixture may split. I've kept stirring, and now you can see the gentle bubbles and how the sauce is lovely, thick and completely smooth. Turn off the heat and pour the sauce directly into your cooked tart crust. You may not need all the crème pâtisserie, but any leftover will not waste. You can use this to make delicious dairy-free banana puddings. When you've filled the case, smooth out the crème pâtisserie, then cover it with cling film, ensuring that the film is in direct contact with the surface of the warm filling. Set aside and allow to cool for about 30 minutes, then pop it into the fridge to chill and set for at least 2 hours. You can also chill it overnight before serving the next day, but only add the berries just before serving. Now let's decorate the tart after the pastry cream has set. I've mixed together the jam and maple syrup and warmed it in a small pan until the mixture melts and gets runny. Remove the cling film. I'm really sorry about the lighting here, but I hope you can see that my pastry cream has set firm. I've washed and hulled my strawberries, and I've halved all but one big juicy one. So pop the whole strawberry into the centre of the tart and brush it with a little of the warm jam and syrup mixture. Add the rest of the halved strawberries. You can just pile them on rough and tumble style, but I like to spend a couple of minutes arranging them more neatly. Once you have all the berries in place, brush them with a warm glaze until all of the fruit is glossy and glorious. Finally, take the flaked almonds, which I lightly toasted in a pan until they were golden brown, and scatter them over the top. And here's the finished tart. Doesn't it look mouth-watering? It's ready to serve straight away, or you could pop it back into the fridge for a couple of hours. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have. The dairy-free pastry recipe for my tart shell was from my gluten-free and wheat-free Christmas holiday festive feasts and treats cookbook, available as a paperback or Kindle book from Amazon, or as an ebook from iBooks, Nook or Kobo. You'll find all of the links in the description box below, and I also have a quick video preview that you can watch too. If you'd like to see how I made the pastry case, why not watch that video next? Thank you for your company. Please do leave a comment below, and bye for now.